Hello everybody and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Sunday and we're going to complete this page, hopefully. Hello Dawn, hello Kim, hello Angela, and hello Sue. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I do hope you're all having a wonderful rest of, and I hope you're having a wonderful rest of your weekend. Hello to everybody out there in Lurker Land. Of course, thank you so much for joining me. We're going to get started on the page we're working on here. We are using alcohol markers. I'm using chroma markers as well as Cali Arts. And we're going to zoom you on in. And we're going to work on the top part of this page today so far. And then we'll finish up the bottom as well. All right, so let's get started on the top. Hello, Noelle. How is everybody? I hope you're all doing well. We're going to start with a yellow first. So we're going to start with a yellowy orange as well as a bright yellow. So we're going to go with a Y42 first, as soon as I can find it. There's Y41. There we go. I am doing well. It's been a busy day doing laundry and all those fun things. So we're going to start with the yellows and then we'll work into the oranges. Concentration. Trying to make sure I don't go out of the lines. Because with markers, sometimes you have to be very careful how close you get to those lines. All right. Hello, Catherine. Oh, welcome, welcome. You're perfectly fine. I'm glad to see you're here. And we're going to start the bright yellows with Y62 for the inside of the pumpkin here. All right, now we're going to start adding some oranges. So we're going to start with YR15, which is apricot. And then YR16, which is orange. Oh dear, what did I miss? Did I miss something? Who's being a Korean dictator? All right, there we have our pumpkin. I'm just going to take that yellow. Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome, Angela. Um, my brother-in-law had this scary bunny costume for years. I don't know if he still has it. He was definitely freaky. Just blending all those colors together now. All right, so there we have our pumpkin. Now we're going to go into our rabbit. Ah, okay. All right, so we're going to do our rabbits. I want to do them in a gray pink color. So we're going to start with, I think we're going to start with N0. Actually, we're going to start with pink and then we're going to go over it with the N0. So we're going to start with, what is going on there? Something going on with my N0, one side of it. I think it got dropped into something. Hello, Calamity. So we're going to do the pink and then we're going to go over it with the lighter gray color, and it's going to tone down the pink a lot. But it's still going to give it that pink color. Like so. Not worry too much about the edges because it's going to spread. So, all right, now we're going to use this one. push the pink to the edge. Like so. Thank you, Angela. All right, now we're going to take the next gray, is N042 or N2. And that's going to be the final color in the rabbit. It's going to be our shadow color. Like so. And that's how that's going to do. So we're going to go on to the other side now. We're going to start all over again. We're going to do the pumpkin first. So we're going to start with the Y42. Hello, Kenny. Welcome, welcome. And then there it is. And then YR15. And then YR16. Like so. And then for the bunny. N0. And then N2. Not too worried about the bleed out because we're going to be doing the black background all in black. So we're going to be covering up that bleed out with the black. All right, so we've got a couple more bunnies up here to do. Yeah, I hope you get defrazzled too. Brain frazzles are never good. Now these ones I want to be a little bit lighter, so I'm not going to put as much of the pink on there. I'm going to move it around with the gray. And the last one here. I don't know why, but I see them as ghosty bunnies, so that's what I'm coloring them as. You know, those ghosty pinky bunnies. Yes, I am sounding and feeling a whole lot better. I did test again before going back to work and it came back negative. So the COVID bug is gone. Um, and my throat isn't as congested or sore. Working for 2 days last week, it was a little bit annoying. All right, now we're going to move down to our little panda fella here. So we're going to use C0 first of all. Yeah, I had COVID. It was terrible. I didn't like it. I will not recommend. Okay. And then we're going to go C2. Yeah, yeah. I keep seeming to get it more and more if I go around large groups of people. But, yeah, it is what it is. It's just a really terrible flu. And I'd rather not get it again, but I will because, that's what COVID does. And then C4. Yeah, no, no. I do not recommend COVID. Nope, nope. We do not recommend COVID. COVID is not. Now I have to try not to get sick for the next 3 months. And being a person with a compromised immune system, good luck with that. But I got to keep my job, so I guess that's something. All right, and then for his mask here, his eye cover, we're going to actually do that in red. So we're going to use R207. Yeah, no, I can't take any more sick days for 3 months because I'm already on a final write-up, and I was before I got COVID. So they extended it, but if I take any more sick days, I can lose my job, or I will lose my job. All right, now for his eye. What color are koala's eyes? Yeah, it's fine. I'm not able to get the flu shots, so because of let's do his eyes in green. So let's start with a yellow green. And then we'll go into a deeper green, but I need one that has the bullet nib. So let's look at this one. Hello, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Alex. Welcome. All right. I think I need a little bit darker than that. I'm going to go actually into forest green. There we go. All right. All right, so there's our koala friend. So I'm going to move the camera down. We're going to do this final pumpkin, and then we're going to do the background. So just give me a second here. The final pumpkin is a large pumpkin. Okay. So again, we're starting off with the yellow. So this is cadmium yellow Y42 in the chromas. Hello, Nanamo. Welcome, welcome. Lurk away, darling. Yeah, I do have to go through my Ohuhus and find which one it is because I did put it away. And I did look for them when I had them out. But the one that I have, it seems that it's only available in one of the sets. And I don't want to buy a whole set for one marker. So I was kind of hoping that they would come out with more of the individuals. But thank you. I will look that up for you and I will see if, if you have a spare one, that'd be great. Um, I'll let you know next time. All right, now we're going to go with our orange, no, our yellow for the mouth. Thank you, Nana. I appreciate that. So now we're going to use that lighter yellow for the eyes and the inside of the pumpkin. And then we'll start adding the oranges. Yeah, I will take a look and see which one it is. And if you have a spare one, that'd be great. So now I'm using YR15, which is apricot. I think I know which one it is, but I'll have to test them and make sure that I'm thinking it's of the right one. Thank you, Kenny. Sorry guys, I get into concentration mode with markers and I tend to forget to look up and read chat. So if you're saying something to me, just give it a couple of seconds. I'll look up. I promise. Nana, I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I do hope you feel better soon. I know that feeling though. It was not, like I was saying earlier, flus and COVID do not recommend. I wish I could take more of the shots for things like flus and things like that. I might actually, avoid being sick so much, but with my immune system being compromised the way it is, I do tend to get sicker with the shots, so. Oh, okay. Now we're just gonna. There we go. Yes, I am feeling much better, and like I said, as long as I avoid, you know, people. Oh, I have an intestinal disorder that attacks my immune system. Um, it's called SIBO. It's uh, stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth disorder, and basically things just bloom in my stomach and in my intestines, and all that bacteria leaks out into my system and attacks my immune system. That's why I have to be very careful what I eat, because everything feeds the bacteria. I've had it for several years before I started coloring. That's one of the reasons why I color. No, it's not fun at all. Uh, but it is life, and we move past, we get on, and you know, as long as I avoid certain foods and distressing it, it does okay on its own. I just have to make sure that I don't eat anything that has sugar, gluten, starch, all the good things in life, dairy. For the first couple of years I had it, I literally lived off of the nuts and berries, meat. Yeah, it does. It does suck, but it is what it is, and we move past. We get on. It's okay. Just going to use this yellow again, the deeper yellow. I'm not going to go into the eye structures because I want that to have that bright yellow. And we're going to blend this in to the oranges. And that is why anytime somebody says they have food poisoning, my first instinct is go to the hospital. Because that's what happened to me is I had food poisoning and I did not seek medical attention for it. And the bacteria in the type of food poisoning I had is what attacks my system now. And I might have been able to avoid it if I received the treatment for killing that bacteria beforehand. Yep. Yep. That's why anytime somebody tells me they have food poisoning, my first instinct is get your butt to the hospital. All right, now we're going to use the yellow green on the stem. And then we're going to come back through with deep olive green. I'm going to use the Art Beak ones because they've got a fine point. Yeah, I didn't know that you could end up doing things to your intestines with food poisoning either. And that's why I ignored it. It's like, okay, I'm obviously, got a bit of food poisoning or something wrong with my tummy. Just drink lots of water and all will be good. Yeah, no. I was wrong. All right, there we have our stem. Okay, now the entire page is colored. Okay, so there we have our page. Now we're going to do the entire background in black. Um, so we're going to start with a black Ohuhu. I'm going to make sure that we have all of the paper in place. No, I went for about a year, year and a half, almost 2 years before it was diagnosed on why I ended up with SIBO. It was about a year that after I got sick that I was diagnosed with SIBO, but they couldn't figure out why until they tested the bacteria and did a couple of different tests to figure out what was going on. I didn't even, my internal specialist didn't even think it was necessary to send me to a gastrologist until after I'd been sick for over a year. And hopefully I have enough ink in my black pens to do the whole thing. Well, there is a antibiotic that I can take when it's flaring really high, but I can only take that antibiotic twice a year. It's not covered by my medical, and it's almost $1,000 a pill. So it isn't something that I really could afford to do. I do it if necessary. If it gets to a point where I can't function, I'll get the medication, but because it's a SIBO is one of those disorders that isn't recognized by a lot of medical companies. It is fairly new in the past 6 years on the medical radar. There is a specific clinic out here that only treats SIBO and does investigations on it and testing on it, but they're far from being well understood at this point. Yeah, absolutely, Sue. Absolutely. We need to check on those things a little bit more intently. We, you know, growing up, you got sick, you drank lots of water, you got lots of rest, and all things were good. But with all of the things in society nowadays, it just doesn't work that way anymore. think I'm going to have to change the nib out on this black. Starting to fray. This is in Kevin Teo art in the Recule. Um, this page is in this book, Recule 2022. But it's in other books as well that he did in 2022. Using the bullet nib just to get into those tight areas. And as you can see with the blue against the black there, that's why I went with the blue tones in her hair, so that when we do the background, it doesn't blend into the hair and make it disappear. Yeah, basically I just needed to learn how to eat again so that my body would fight itself instead of, fight the bacteria instead of itself, basically. It took a long time, but I figured it out, and slowly but surely I'm getting used to it. I don't know who poked the koala's eye, but maybe it's just his costume, dear. It is a Halloween picture. Hi there, Marcy. Shannon, did I miss you coming in, dear? I think I missed Shannon coming in. Hi, Shannon, if I missed you coming in. Okay. All right. Thought somebody was talking to Shannon. Yeah, the only thing surgically that they can do is remove my bowel and intestinal structure. And yeah, no, it's okay. I'm okay with changing my diet. I don't want to carry a colostomy bag around for the rest of my life. Nice. Who won the race? And welcome, welcome. I'm not doing anything exciting. I'm just coloring black. So, hello, Mama Mona. Welcome, welcome. I think this is going to be the least exciting part of the day, is just doing the background. Nice. I took out pork chops for dinner. Oh, oh, that sounds really good. The snooze. Are you going to DNR it? I hate boring books. If they don't catch you within the first chapter, then you're not going to let her DNR it. Oh my goodness. Well, if it gets better later, then that's fine. But if it's just a snooze all the way through the first few chapters, I usually, end up putting it down and ignoring it. But also, you know, since getting sick, I do find that with my eyes, I get very impatient with reading. It's one of the things that happened with getting sick as it started attacking my eyesight. So Now hopefully my black Ahuhu will have enough ink in it to finish this background. If not, I will have to switch to a different black. And hopefully it'll still have that darkness to it. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes it does that. It could also be a buildup of crystallization in the nib, in the back side of the nib. Have you changed the nib out? Yeah, Shannon, I saw the picture yesterday of your wrenches. It's a lot of wrenches. I know you're the queen of the wrench, but really, now I can honestly say that. Shannon has all the wrenches in her uncle's storage shed. It was a lot of wrenches. A happy anniversary, everybody. That's awesome, Mona. And Robin, congratulations. Okay. think I'm going to have to switch to a different black. I'm going to keep the bullet nib up on this one. I'm going to switch to, yeah, there we go. That one was starting to get a little bit too dry. And this one is too, but I use black a lot, but so it seems. Yes, that does count. That does count. That is still a very large milestone in a lifetime. Yeah, I think this one is still too dry, so we're going to put it back. That one's too dry. I'm going to have to get a black filler. Have a good trip, Marilyn. Thank you so much for stopping in. Do drive carefully. Need a road trip someday. Yeah, always need a good one, not the wrong one. Sometimes you have to find the wrong one to find the good one. That's what happened to me, is I found the wrong one and ended up finding the good one through him, so. This is going to be streaky as all heck because of the fact that the ink is running out in the pen, which is fine. We'll work with it. Let's see, do I have another black around here somewhere? Let's try this one. Let's try not to stick our hand in things. Yeah, I can hear the dryness in this one. That's not going to help either. That one's squeaking, obviously. Not going to help. This one's starting to too, so we'll get through this page, and then I'll have to get a new black. Good thing is the black is available in open stock as well as in refill, so but we'll get through this page. We're just going to have to go over it a couple of times. Yeah, the Ohu has refills for the black as well as the replacements. Alright, I'm going to turn the page. We'll get through it. Take care, Dawn. I need to find my nib tweezers and flip this nib too. The great thing about the Ohuhus is they have a double-sided nib, so when one side starts going bad, you can flip it over. Try not to go outside of the lines. Alright. Had a good holding point there. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Okay. Whew. Whew. Almost done. Almost done with the black anyway. Yep, home stretch with the black. Thank you, Kenny. No. Just surprised on how many of the black markers that I have out don't work. the thing about doing night skies, though. Hello, Joyce. Oh, I'm sorry that I missed that because I would have joined you. I didn't like the Artex acrylic markers. I think I already threw mine away. It's either that or else they're sitting in the closet drying out. I didn't like the Artex ones. They worked great for the first time that I used them, and then they just seemed to be bleh. They didn't flow well, they didn't blend well. It was like, okay, why am I fighting these? I haven't used them in so long. Oh yeah, probably. Knowing my husband, he's probably already gone to the Ohuhu website and ordered replacements. Yeah, yeah. Mine dried out really fast too. They were dry, it felt sticky on the paper, if that makes sense. They didn't flow very well, and the more I used them, the more they seemed to lose their pigment. So they started going more translucent than opaque, and that's why I bought acrylic markers, was because I wanted them to be opaque. Hi there, Nappin. My husband would never, ever order things as soon as I say that I'm running out of something. Never. All right. So it's the Ohuhu Honolulu series, brush and bullet. You want to know which ones they are? Those are the ones. You asked. All right, now we're going to take our wonderful little white gel pen here, as soon as I can find where I put it. I know I had one out because I did her teeth with it. There it is. We're going to do the whites of her eyes with it. And then I do the whites of his eye with it. And there we have it. Now I'm debating on whether or not we want to put stars out there. What do you guys think? Oh, wrong way. This way. So do we want to put stars or anything in the background, or do we want to just leave it like it is? Dawn said stars. I think the first thing I want to do is I want to outline the ghosts a little bit here. Just going to go through and just put a little bit of a glow on the edge of the little ghosties. And then we'll put some stars in. We'll put a little glow on the edge of the pumpkins as well. Thank you, Nana. All right. There we go. Now, Thank you, Cam. Just turning it as I go to get the stars in here. So let's try not to close the book on it. Almost done. All right. And there we have it. She's all done. What do you guys think? I finished 2 pages this month. Yay! All right, and we've only got 20 minutes left anyway. So, let's see. And done. Yes. Let's see, what are we going to do for 20 minutes? What do you guys think? Other than put away all my pens. Because I got pens everywhere. Thank you. Okay. And then we have, the ghosty side of it. I always love looking at the back sides of the pages because it's always very interesting. Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to chat while I clean up. All right, so remove the book because the gel pen's still a little wet. And we're going to go through and put all these away. All right. The You're Done girl has her own show. All right, so let's start with the chromas, because those are the majority of what I have out here. All right, so this one, this one, this one, and this one first. Y42. That one shouldn't be there. This one should be down here. That one should be there. Then Y62 goes there. These ones need to go down here a little bit. So those two go there. Okay, let's put them in the right order. There we go. Yeah, she's got a show. I know who you're talking about there. Yeah, she's got a show on, I think it's on Lifestyle or something like that. And I need the pinks. R57. RV. Goes there. That one goes there. Okay. Balin, that's the one. Yes. Balin Out Loud. I have watched it a couple of times. PG 90. does she? Nice. I never noticed that. Now I'm going to have to notice it. And 0, 0, 2, and 4. Right. I have a blue somewhere that should have been in there. Take care, Marcy. Oh, nice. Potato soup. I miss potato soup. I haven't had potato soup in a very long time. 203. Yeah, Hobby Lobby does have them as well. And those are the blacks. All right. Yeah, Hobby Lobby has them. Michael's would have them. If you have a Joann's in your area, they used to have them. We don't have them out here anymore, so I can't look that up. Um, I did see some in Costco when I was there the other day. Yeah, I think they all closed, but some of them were still holding on, so. Oh. All right. So next stream is going to be the start of November. I have a couple of whips that need to be worked on. Now that those are out of the way, I'm going to pull out one of the whips that I've been working on because we still need to finish it. I think that's what we'll do next stream is we'll finish up the Scarecrow in Dark Delights and Demons. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon as well. So I'm still working on it. I did get a little further with it. Um, and we'll work on this next stream. Let's see which would be on the first. So the first and second, we'll try to finish this up. After that's finished up, we'll see if there's any other works in progresses that I've stuck aside and think that I should finish, or ones that I've decided not to finish. Oh, nice. Um, so we'll work on this one. The pumpkins came out really, really nice. I just got to finish his pants and the background and his teeth. And then that one will be done. And I think there's another one laying around here somewhere that I have to locate, and I can't think of where it is. I try to get everything done in the month, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Thank you, Shannon. Take a look at those ones, Joyce, and hopefully that's what you need them for. So this month we have started the scarecrow. So that is the started. We finished this one, and we finished this one. So I did get two finished. One with pencil, one with marker. Yeah, she wants sticks. Yeah. So I did get some Halloween things done. I'm quite actually impressed with myself that I got that done. Do you want to see what Bob's been working on for me? I can show you what Bob's been working on for me too. I'll be right back. I'm going to leave you looking at this wonderful piece of, countertop. I'll show you what Bob's been working on for me. This will just take a minute. They're in the kitchen. Okay. So, Bob is making me 3D printed chocolate pumpkins. No, they're 3D printed chocolate pumpkins. And they're actual chocolate. They are and they are printed. They're made with a chocolate printer that he has. Yes, he's printing with chocolate. So, I'm having him make me a whole bunch of them for the office. And there's some milk chocolate ones and some dark chocolate ones. Yeah, you can eat them. Well, I can't, but yeah, you can eat them. They're chocolate. I can't eat them, but other people can. He made a chocolate wolf and he ate it. Yeah, and the chocolate is really good. So yeah, he has a chocolate printer and he can actually print chocolate. So yeah, that's what he's working on for me. Pictures are in the Yummy channel on Discord if you want to see them being printed. Are the pictures of them being printed or are they already printed? Now I have to look. So they're in the food for thought. Oh, he put the picture of the wolf in the food for thought. The type of printer is called a Cocoa Press. It's an actual 3D printer. No, it melts the chocolate through the nozzle the same way it does the plastic. It just melts chocolate instead of plastic, and then it does layers of chocolate to create the 3D. So yeah, that's what he's working on for me. Yeah, it's not a laser, but it definitely is really cool now that he's got it dialed in so that it prints really nicely. It took a little bit to get that taken care of, but in the Discord channel, there's actually a flexible wolf uh, that he printed and then ate. Yeah, they're printed. Oh, nice. Awesome. So there's a 10-second video in the Food for Thought channel of Discord if you want to see it. All right, guys, so that is what's been going on here at the Coloring Corner. We've taken care of 2 pages completed. We're still got one that we're working on, and we're printing chocolate pumpkins for the staff at work. So that's what I've been doing. That and being sick and getting over it. Yep, that's the greatest part of it is you don't have to throw the mistakes away, you get to eat them. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for coming and hanging out. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artists that you enjoy. If you do have any questions, comments, or anything like that, of course, leave it down below the video. And always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.